Before we begin, I want you to pause. I want you to sit still for a moment. Because what you are about to hear is not ordinary. This is not a casual message. This is not a soothing talk meant to make you feel comfortable. This is a spiritual alert. A direct call from Archangel Michael. A warning meant for this exact moment in your life. A message that did not come by coincidence, accident, or luck. You did not click this video randomly. You were guided here. The timing is intentional. Your presence is not accidental. The urgency you feel in your spirit is real. Something has been shifting around you. Something has been pulling on your soul, calling you to pay attention, waking you up inside. You may not have been able to explain the restlessness, the discomfort, the sudden heaviness, or the strange feeling that something important is happening behind the scenes. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you. He has whispered in your spirit. He has sent signs. He has placed thoughts in your heart. He has nudged your intuition in moments you didn't understand. And now, he is speaking clearly. Directly. Without filters. Without delay. This message is an emergency. Not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Not to create panic, but to sharpen your spiritual senses. Not to overwhelm you, but to position you for what is coming next. You see, there are moments in life when heaven steps in. Moments when divine intervention becomes necessary because something in the spiritual realm is about to shift. Moments when God sends his warrior, Archangel Michael, to warn, to defend, to prepare, and to protect. This is one of those moments. Right now, heaven is closer to you than you realize. The atmosphere around you is active. The spiritual world is moving. And you are standing at the edge of a change that will define your path. This is why Archangel Michael is speaking with urgency. This is why the message is coming now. This is why you must stay until the very end. Because there is something Michael needs you to understand. Something he needs to reveal. Something he needs to protect you from. Something he needs to prepare you for. So open your heart. Open your spirit. Listen with every part of your being. And before we continue, I want to ask you something simple but important. If messages like this help guide you, protect you, or give you clarity in the moments when you need it most, make sure to like this video so more people can receive it. Share it with someone who may be silently struggling. And subscribe, so you never miss another moment when heaven speaks. Now, let your spirit settle. Let your mind become still. Let your heart be ready. Archangel Michael is here. And he has something urgent to say to you. Something that cannot wait. Something you must hear today. Let's begin. Archangel Michael has been watching you closely. Not from a distance. Not passively. But with sharp, attentive focus, because heaven has noticed something shifting around your life. Something subtle. Something quiet. Something that most people around you could not see, but your spirit felt it. You have sensed the signs. You felt the tension in the air long before this message found you. But because the physical world cannot always explain spiritual movements, you questioned yourself. You wondered. Why am I feeling this way? Why does everything feel unstable? Why do I sense something is coming, yet I can't describe it? Why does my heart feel alert, as if something unseen is unfolding? These sensations were not emotional. They were spiritual. They were signals, messengers, warnings that something in the atmosphere around you was shifting. Archangel Michael says you have been walking through a zone of spiritual interference. Not because you did anything wrong. But because your life is approaching a turning point. And whenever a cycle is about to end. Whenever a blessing is about to release. Whenever a breakthrough is about to activate. The atmosphere around you intensifies. You feel pressure. You feel restlessness. You feel disruptions in places that used to feel calm. You notice behaviors in people that you once ignored. You sense energy around you that you previously overlooked. This pressure didn't come to break you. It came to alert you. Heaven has been trying to get your attention. Archangel Michael says, you need to be aware. You need to be awake. You need your spiritual senses engaged. Because the season you are entering requires clarity, discernment, and awareness. You might have noticed strange shifts in your daily life. Little things that normally wouldn't bother you suddenly became overwhelming. Small tasks felt heavier than usual. Your mind wandered in directions you didn't expect. Your emotions fluctuated in ways you couldn't explain. Certain people brought unexpected tension into your life. Places that once felt comfortable now feel draining. These are not random changes. These are spiritual symptoms. Indicators that your energy field has been interacting with forces, people, and environments that are not aligned with where heaven is taking you. Archangel Michael reveals that you have absorbed too much from the world around you. Too many emotional residues. Too many thoughts that did not belong to you. Too many expectations, pressures, and projections from others. You have been carrying spiritual weight that was never yours to hold. This message is an emergency alert because your soul is tired, your spirit is stretched, and your energy has been targeted by distractions designed to slow you down. But here is the truth Archangel Michael wants you to hear clearly. You are not failing. You are not losing control. You are not being punished. You are evolving. And evolution always creates spiritual turbulence. Imagine a plane rising into higher altitude. The moment it ascends, it passes through pockets of turbulence. Not because the plane is weak, but because it is climbing. You are climbing. Your spirit is elevating. Your destiny is pulling you upward. And everything that cannot survive at that altitude begins to shake loose. This pressure you feel is not the enemy winning. It is heaven rearranging your environment. But Archangel Michael says you must be aware. He says, you have been ignoring subtle signs. You have been brushing off moments of intuition. You have been dismissing quiet warnings. You have been overlooking energies that your spirit picked up instantly. But not anymore. Not after today. Not after hearing this warning. Archangel Michael is turning your spiritual senses back on. Your intuition, your inner knowing, your discernment, your sensitivity to energy. You will begin noticing things you once walked past. You will hear what people truly mean behind their words. You will feel the intentions of those around you. You will see through situations that once confused you. You will detect spiritual interference before it reaches your mind. Because heaven refuses to let you walk blindly into the next season of your life. Michael is saying, pay attention when you feel drained after talking to someone. Pay attention when your peace suddenly shifts for no clear reason. Pay attention when you sense tension, heaviness, or confusion without context. Pay attention when your dreams become vivid or unusually symbolic. Pay attention when you feel pulled away from someone or something suddenly. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual directives. You are being guided. You are being warned. You are being protected. Archangel Michael has been whispering through these sensations. Wake up. Be alert. Be aware. Your destiny is too close to be compromised. Your next chapter is too important to be sabotaged. Your purpose is too significant to be disrupted by forces you do not see. This is the emergency Archangel Michael is referring to. Not danger, but the urgency of alignment. Heaven needs you focused. Heaven needs you present. Heaven needs you spiritually awake. Because what is coming next requires the strongest, clearest, most grounded version of you. And Archangel Michael will not allow you to miss it. There are moments in life when the spiritual and physical worlds collide. Moments when the unseen realm becomes louder than the noise of your daily routine. Moments when heaven cannot stay silent, because your next steps carry too much weight, too much potential, too much destiny to risk delay or distraction. Right now, you are in one of those moments. Archangel Michael is speaking urgently because something significant is unfolding around you. Something that has been kept from your awareness until now. Something that would not have been revealed earlier, because you were not yet in the position, spiritually or emotionally, to understand it. But now you are ready. Your spirit is more open. Your awareness is sharpening. Your intuition is awakening. Your soul has matured through everything you've endured. And because of that, the timing is finally right for this message. This warning is coming now because you are standing at the threshold of a turning point. You have reached a place in your journey where the next step requires discernment, clarity, and spiritual sensitivity. What lies ahead is powerful, but it is also delicate. Aligned, but also easily disrupted if you're not aware. Archangel Michael says the forces that once held you back have sensed this shift. They have sensed your growth, your rising strength, your increasing awareness. And because they cannot control your destiny, they are trying to distract your focus. This is why the warning is coming now. Your spirit has become too strong for old attacks. Your faith has become too steady for old fears. Your purpose has become too visible for old patterns. So different tactics are being used. Distractions disguised as opportunities. People disguised as friends. Confusion disguised as reasoning. Temptations disguised as comfort. Fear disguised as caution. And silence disguised as peace. Archangel Michael wants you to know that not all calmness is real calm. Some calmness is spiritual sedation designed to make you stop fighting for what is yours. Some silence is not peace but a trap created to make you ignore warnings. Some opportunities are not blessings but detours meant to delay your true path. This is why Michael is speaking with urgency. Heaven does not want you fooled. Heaven does not want you misled. Heaven does not want you stepping into the wrong door simply because it looks shiny. Heaven does not want you trusting someone simply because they appear kind. Heaven does not want you accepting something simply because it comes easily. This warning is arriving in the exact moment you need it, because what is about to open for you requires the right people, the right mindset, the right energy, and the right timing. Listen closely. There are blessings prepared for you that require spiritual readiness. There are breakthroughs aligned for you that require inner clarity. There are opportunities with your name on them that require maturity and courage. There are divine instructions coming that require immediate obedience. This is why you feel the urgency in your spirit. This is why you feel the atmosphere changing. This is why some things no longer resonate. This is why your heart has become sensitive to the smallest shifts. This is why your mind has been wrestling with decisions you once ignored. Heaven is positioning you. Heaven is aligning you. Heaven is preparing the path that awaits you. But to walk that path, you must understand something important. Not everything or everyone can come with you. Michael is revealing that this warning is coming now because certain people around you have begun showing their true intentions. Some have already shown signs of jealousy, envy, resentment, or hidden agendas. Others have been pretending to support you while silently hoping you fail. Some are clinging to you because your energy benefits them more than their presence benefits you. But Archangel Michael is stepping in. He is saying, pay attention. Trust what you feel. Do not dismiss what you see. Do not silence your intuition in the name of kindness. Do not ignore red flags because of history, loyalty, or sensitivity. Do not hold on to what heaven is trying to remove. The warning is coming now because you are about to make decisions that will shape the next season of your life. And heaven wants to ensure you do not make those decisions based on emotion or pressure, but based on spiritual truth. You will soon face choices that require you to choose alignment over comfort. Choices that require you to choose clarity over confusion. Choices that require you to choose your future over your past. Choices that require you to choose divine purpose over temporary satisfaction. Archangel Michael is preparing you. Preparing your mind. Preparing your heart. Preparing your spirit. Preparing your life. He is saying that the next chapter requires a cleaner environment. It requires emotional stability. It requires spiritual strength. It requires discernment. This is why relationships have shifted. This is why certain friendships feel different. This is why people who once mattered suddenly feel distant. This is why doors you tried to open refuse to budge. This is why situations that once felt comfortable now feel suffocating. Heaven has been removing what is not aligned for the person you are becoming. Archangel Michael says this warning is not about danger, but about destiny. This message is arriving now because a new opportunity is forming in the spiritual realm. One that will require your full attention. One that will demand your focus, your discipline, and your readiness. But before heaven can release it, Michael needs you to understand what is happening around you. He needs you to recognize the disguises of distraction. He needs you to hear the whisper of intuition. He needs you to see through false connections. He needs you to break away from energies that cannot enter your future. He needs you awake. This is why he has been shaking you from the inside. This is why your spirit has not been able to settle. This is why you felt both anxious and expectant at the same time. This is why you've sensed that something big is approaching, even though you cannot explain how you know. Your soul can sense what your eyes cannot see. Archangel Michael is saying, you are on the verge of something that you prayed for. Something you waited for. Something you fought for. Something you cried for. Something you thought you lost. Something you were about to give up on. But heaven did not forget. The blessing is still coming. The breakthrough is still aligned. The victory is still promised. And this warning is coming now because heaven wants you to receive it without interference. This is the moment to be aware. This is the moment to be alert. This is the moment to trust your intuition, even if nothing around you makes sense. This is the moment to separate yourself from anything that threatens your peace, your focus, or your destiny. Archangel Michael's message is clear. The danger is not what is coming. The danger is missing what is coming. And heaven refuses to let that happen. When Archangel Michael looks at your life, he doesn't see what you see. He doesn't see the confusion you're wrestling with. He doesn't see the limitations you focus on. He doesn't see the obstacles that seem overwhelming to you. He sees the spiritual architecture behind everything. He sees the invisible network of energy, intention, and influence that surrounds your path. He sees the truth behind smiles. He sees the motives behind actions. He sees the future you're walking toward. And he sees the dangers you're not yet aware of. This is why he has stepped forward. This is why he is speaking with urgency. This is why he is calling this message an emergency. Because Michael sees something you cannot. He sees a shift around you. A disturbance in the spiritual realm. Not to harm you, but to redirect you, test you, or distract you at the edge of your breakthrough. Heaven has been protecting you from battles you never saw. And Michael has been fighting for you in silence. But now, he needs you to understand the unseen forces at work. Let your spirit listen closely. Michael sees that a spiritual fog has been forming around your path. Not thick enough to blind you entirely, but present enough to make you question yourself, doubt your instincts, and hesitate in moments when you once felt confident. This fog is not from heaven. It is the result of people, environments, memories, and external energies pulling at your clarity. Michael sees how certain voices around you have been influencing your decisions. He sees the subtle manipulation behind certain conversations. He sees the envy behind certain smiles. He sees the resentment hiding behind politeness. He sees the intentions you were never supposed to carry. Heaven has watched you trust people who do not truly support you. Heaven has watched you pour energy into people who drain you. Heaven has watched you explain yourself to those who never tried to understand you. Heaven has watched you shrink your spirit so others could feel comfortable. Heaven has watched you remain loyal to people who would abandon you the moment you needed them. Michael sees it all. And he knows it is time to reveal the truth. Not to break your heart, but to protect your destiny. Michael sees that some people around you have begun to feel threatened by your growth. They fear your awakening. They fear your purpose. They fear your rising confidence. They fear the calling on your life that they cannot control or understand. Your light exposes what others try to hide. Your spirit irritates what is unhealed in others. Your presence awakens what others avoid within themselves. And this triggers them. Michael sees the hidden feelings they will never admit. Feelings of jealousy. Feelings of competition. Feelings of superiority. Feelings of entitlement to your energy. He sees the silent battles behind the scenes, the words said when you weren't present, the energy shifts when you enter the room, the change in tone when you speak with confidence, the discomfort others feel when your spirit shines too brightly. You may not sense the full picture, but Michael sees every detail. And he is warning you. Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you share your dreams with. Be careful who you let speak into your life. Be careful who you give access to your emotions. Be careful who you allow near your plans. Some people do not want to destroy your destiny, they just want to keep you small enough that they remain comfortable. But heaven did not send you here to stay small. Michael sees that your destiny is stretching beyond the environment you have known. He sees that your spirit is expanding. Your gifts are growing. Your calling is becoming louder. Your purpose is sharpening. Your path is widening. And because of this, not everyone around you can go where you're going. Michael is revealing the truth because you are about to rise, and heaven cannot allow the wrong people to rise with you. He sees the traps that have been forming around your focus. Traps designed not to destroy you, but to distract you long enough for you to miss the opportunity forming ahead. These traps come in subtle forms. Small conflicts that drain your peace. Unexpected interruptions during important moments. Sudden emotional heaviness that pulls you off track. Old temptations resurfacing just when you regain clarity. People from your past reappearing when your spirit grows strong. Opportunities that look appealing but carry no spiritual alignment. Michael sees these distractions before they reach you. And he is stepping in to warn you because heaven refuses to let your focus be stolen. He sees that the enemy is not trying to defeat you. He knows you are too strong for that. Your spirit has become too resilient. Your awareness has grown too sharp. Your faith has become too grounded. The enemy is trying to delay you. Delay is more dangerous than defeat because delay steals momentum, steals clarity, steals motivation, and steals divine timing. Michael sees this clearly. Heaven sees that your next season requires momentum, not hesitation. Forward movement, not confusion. Courage, not caution. Confidence, not doubt. This is why this warning is coming now. Michael also sees something more powerful, more beautiful, and more dangerous than anything opposing you. He sees your potential fully awakened. He sees what you could become if you stop holding yourself back. He sees the strength you don't know you carry. He sees the authority you don't know you possess. He sees the wisdom you have earned through pain. He sees the fire inside you that has survived storms. He sees the courage that has been rising each time life tried to break you. He sees the light you don't even realize you're radiating. You are more powerful than you think. More protected than you know. More aligned than you realize. Michael sees your destiny calling you. Louder. Stronger. Closer. And this is why the warning is coming with urgency. He sees that you are approaching a breakthrough moment. One that will shift everything. One that will elevate you. One that will pull you into a new chapter. One that will release what has been held back. One that will validate every silent battle you survived. But he also sees the final challenges that appear just before a breakthrough. Challenges meant to test your commitment. Challenges meant to shake your confidence. Challenges meant to trigger old wounds. Challenges meant to lure you backward. Michael sees these challenges forming around you, and he is standing between you and anything that threatens your progress. He is defending your spirit. He is clearing your path. He is revealing the truth. He is exposing hidden intentions. He is removing what cannot stay. He is strengthening your inner vision. He is sharpening your intuition. Because heaven cannot afford for you to walk blind into your next season. Michael sees your destiny rising like a dawn breaking after a long night. He sees the glow of purpose forming around your future. He sees the spiritual significance of what is about to unfold. And he knows you must be prepared. You must be aware. You must be alert. You must be spiritually awake. Because you are stepping into a season where clarity will be your power. Discernment will be your shield. Intuition will be your guide. And alignment will be your protection. Archangel Michael sees what you cannot, and he is revealing it now so that nothing, no distraction, no false connection, no emotional trap, no spiritual fog, no delay, can keep you from what is coming. Heaven is preparing you for something greater. Michael is guiding you into it. The air shifts again. The atmosphere thickens. And in this moment, Archangel Michael wants you to understand something that many people overlook, deny, or misunderstand. Something that you might have sensed but never fully grasped. You are not just living a physical life. You are not only navigating human challenges, relationships, jobs, responsibilities, and routines. There is another dimension intertwined with your reality, one that you cannot see with your natural eyes but can feel deep within your spirit. A spiritual battlefield surrounds you. Most people walk through life unaware of the unseen forces at work. They feel the weight, the pressure, the heaviness, but they think it is just stress. They feel the sudden fear, the unexpected sadness, the strange moments of confusion, but they assume it is just their imagination. They experience strange obstacles, sudden setbacks, and impossible frustrations, yet they tell themselves it's just bad luck or coincidence. But Archangel Michael says it plainly. Nothing about the last few months has been random. Nothing about your struggles has been accidental. Nothing about the sudden chaos, the unexpected losses, the betrayals, or the moments where everything seemed to fall apart was coincidental. You have been in a spiritual battle. And the deeper truth is this. The battle intensified the moment you started growing, healing, awakening, and moving closer to your divine purpose. When you were comfortable. When you were distracted. When you were living below your potential. When you were quiet and unaware of your power. The enemy had no reason to fight you. But the moment your spirit started rising, the moment your faith grew stronger, the moment you started breaking patterns that used to keep you trapped, the moment you started seeing your worth, the moment you stepped into alignment with your destiny. That is when the attacks increased. Because darkness reacts to your elevation. It reacts to your awakening. It reacts to your resilience. It reacts to your decision to no longer be controlled by fear, guilt, or the past. It reacts to the fact that you are becoming who God created you to be. Archangel Michael wants you to see this clearly. The battle is real because your calling is real. The warfare is strong because your destiny is strong. The resistance is intense because your breakthrough is near. Think of moments you have recently experienced. Moments when you felt drained for no reason. Moments when people turned on you without explanation. Moments when plans collapsed suddenly and painfully. Moments when your peace was attacked. Moments when your confidence wavered. Moments when you began doubting things you once felt certain about. These were not coincidences. They were spiritual reactions to the light you carry. Archangel Michael has been fighting for you through all of it. He has been stepping in, clearing paths, blocking danger, removing traps, cutting cords of manipulation, and shielding you from attacks you never saw. You may not realize how many battles have been fought on your behalf in silence. How many arrows were deflected before they ever reached you? How many disasters were prevented before you knew they were coming? How many people were removed from your life because their intentions were hidden? Michael has been at work, tirelessly, fiercely, consistently, because your purpose is too great. But now he says something important. Something you need to hear with your whole spirit. The enemy cannot defeat you. But he can distract you. He can weaken your focus. He can fill your mind with doubt. He can make you question your value. He can make you fear the unknown. He can tempt you to give up right before your breakthrough arrives. This is why your spiritual awareness is essential. This is why you are being awakened now. This is why this message is an emergency. Michael wants you to understand that you are not supposed to walk blindly through the battlefield. You are not supposed to face these spiritual storms with confusion. You are not meant to be afraid of what you cannot see. Michael reminds you that you are not alone in this. You have heavenly protection surrounding you. You have divine authority within you. You have spiritual strength rising in you. You have guidance that will never leave you. He wants you to stand stronger. To rise higher. To recognize the games of the enemy before they take root. To identify the sources of spiritual attacks before they affect your peace. To know when something is not right, even if you cannot explain why. There is a reason your intuition has been sharper. A reason your dreams have been more intense. A reason your emotions have been shifting. A reason you have grown more sensitive to energy. A reason you can feel when someone's spirit is off. A reason certain environments drain you instantly. A reason certain people no longer feel aligned with you. It is not paranoia. It is spiritual sensitivity. It is discernment. It is divine awareness rising within you. Michael says you are being trained. You are being awakened. You are being equipped. You are being strengthened for a new phase of your life. A phase where you will see the enemy before he can reach you. A phase where you will recognize traps before you step into them. A phase where you will feel danger before it manifests. A phase where you will understand spiritual dynamics more clearly than ever. Because you are stepping into a higher dimension of purpose. Michael wants you to know this. The battle that tried to break you was meant to shape you. The pressure that surrounded you was meant to prepare you. The resistance you faced was meant to strengthen your spiritual muscles. The opposition you experienced was confirmation of your calling. And now, you are entering a season where spiritual clarity becomes your weapon. Where awareness becomes your shield. Where wisdom becomes your armor. Where the light of divine truth becomes your sword. The message from Michael is simple yet powerful. Do not fear the battle. You were born for it. You are protected in it. And you will rise through it. You are stronger than you think. You are more prepared than you realize. And heaven is standing behind you with unstoppable force. The atmosphere shifts again. It becomes heavier, not with fear, but with truth. A truth that has been waiting to be spoken. A truth Archangel Michael says you are finally ready to hear. Because every breakthrough, every blessing, every destiny moment has one thing in common: before it arrives, something must be exposed. Something must be removed. Something must be understood. Michael steps forward with clarity and firmness, holding the sword of truth. Not to threaten, but to enlighten. Not to intimidate, but to free you. He wants you to understand the reason your breakthrough has felt delayed. The reason you kept taking one step forward and two steps back. The reason you felt spiritually stuck, emotionally drained, mentally tired, and confused about why certain prayers seemed unanswered. The delay was not because you were unworthy. Not because you were forgotten. Not because God was punishing you. And not because your destiny was denied. The delay came because there was interference. Something was blocking you. Something was draining you. Something was standing between you and what was meant for you. Something you did not fully see, but something your spirit has quietly sensed again and again. Michael reveals that interference can take different forms. Sometimes, it is a person whose energy weighs you down. Someone who drains your light, dims your confidence, or distorts your clarity. Someone who pretends to support you but secretly resists your growth. Someone who smiles in your presence but speaks against you when you are not around. Someone connected to your past, but no longer aligned with your future. In other cases, the interference is internal. Old wounds you never fully healed. Fear that whispers lies into your thoughts. Self-doubt that creeps in at night. Unresolved pain that keeps replaying like an old recording. Emotional exhaustion that makes you question your strength. And sometimes, the interference is spiritual. A heavy atmosphere. A dark influence. A lingering energy that is not yours but has attached itself to your life. Something that entered through stress, heartbreak, trauma, or moments of vulnerability. Something that tried to cloud your vision, weaken your hope, and limit your progress. But Michael says this: the interference has been identified. The source has been exposed. The block has been revealed. And now, heaven is stepping in. You are not left to fight this alone. You are not abandoned to figure out this battle with human strength. You are not expected to break spiritual chains by yourself. Michael, the great protector, the commander of heavenly armies, the angel who stands in the presence of God, has already begun cutting cords that have attached themselves to your destiny. Cords of fear. Cords of manipulation. Cords of confusion. Cords of emotional weight. Cords of spiritual heaviness. You may have felt the shift recently. Moments where your spirit suddenly felt lighter. Moments where you realized you could no longer tolerate certain situations. Moments where you saw someone's true colors. Moments where you felt a sudden urge to walk away from something no longer serving you. Moments where you felt a push to clean your environment, distance yourself energetically, or change direction completely. These were not random urges. They were divine instructions. They were signals from heaven. They were the spiritual equivalent of Michael saying, "This is not for you anymore. This no longer aligns with who you are becoming. This cannot follow you where you are going next." But Michael goes deeper. He reveals that there has been a spiritual attack specifically aimed at your mind. The enemy did not want your body. He wanted your clarity. He wanted your peace. He wanted your confidence. He wanted your ability to move forward. Because if your mind is confused, your steps become weak. If your thoughts are clouded, your decisions become uncertain. If your confidence is shaken, your future becomes delayed. Michael exposes this and then declares something powerful. Everything that has been blocking you is being removed. Everything that has been weighing you down is being lifted. Everything that has been draining you is being cut away. Everything that has been standing in your path is being dismantled. Because your breakthrough is not lost. It is not gone. It is not denied. It is simply clearing the path. There are blessings with your name on them. Doors that were meant for you and only you. Opportunities that were divinely crafted for your journey. Breakthroughs that were prepared long before you even asked. Healing that is already written in your destiny. Protection that surrounds you even now. But Michael makes something very clear: nothing can move forward until the block is removed. Nothing can open until the interference is gone. Nothing can manifest until the path is clean. And heaven has begun the cleansing. You may feel it in your dreams. You may feel it in your intuition. You may feel it in the sudden release of emotional weight. You may feel it in your environment changing. You may feel it in relationships shifting. You may feel it in a newfound clarity in your mind. This is confirmation, your breakthrough is no longer being delayed. The interference has been defeated. The atmosphere is clearing. The path is opening. The blessing is moving toward you. You are stepping into a new spiritual reality. One where you are lighter. One where you are clearer. One where you are protected with greater force. One where blessings reach you without obstruction. Michael's message is this: what stood in your way can no longer touch you. What drained you can no longer access you. What blocked you can no longer follow you. What resisted you can no longer stop you. Your breakthrough is approaching. Closer than you think. Faster than you expect. Stronger than what tried to block it. The atmosphere around you changes once more. This time, it becomes lighter, yet more intense. Almost as if something is being lifted off your shoulders while something sacred settles into your spirit. A quiet strength. A rising certainty. A divine assurance that what is coming next is not ordinary. Archangel Michael steps forward, not with warning this time, but with revelation. A new kind of message. A message of preparation. A message of transformation. A message that answers the question your soul has been whispering for so long. What happens now? Because after every battle, there is a shift. After every season of resistance, there is a season of rebuilding. After every spiritual attack, there is divine restoration. And after every delay, there is acceleration. Michael's voice becomes calm but powerful, carrying the weight of heaven's authority. He says you are entering a new phase of your life, a stage that requires readiness, openness, and spiritual awareness. This next chapter is not like the ones you have walked through before. This is different. This is elevated. This is destined. This is divinely orchestrated. And Michael wants to prepare you for it. He reveals something profound. Your life is about to move faster. Doors are about to open quicker. Opportunities are going to appear without warning. People you need will start showing up in unexpected ways. Answers you've prayed for will begin unfolding at a pace you are not used to. Because the moment the block was removed, the moment the interference was cut away, the moment heaven cleared the path, everything that was held back began to shift in your favor. Michael says your spirit must be prepared for this acceleration. Your heart must be steady. Your mind must be clear. Your intentions must be grounded. Your faith must be unwavering. He explains that blessings come with responsibility. New opportunities require new strength. New levels require new wisdom. And answered prayers require readiness. Heaven is preparing you not just to receive, but to sustain what is coming. Michael begins to reveal what this preparation looks like. First, he says you will notice yourself becoming more sensitive to energy. You will feel instantly when someone's spirit is off. You will know immediately when a situation is not aligned with your purpose. Your discernment will increase so dramatically that you will see truth before it is spoken. This is not by accident. This is divine sharpening. Heaven is fine-tuning your intuition so you can walk through the next season without falling into old traps. Michael warns you gently. Not everyone can go where you are going next. Not everyone can be connected to the version of you that is emerging. Not everyone deserves access to your spiritual elevation. Some people will remove themselves. Others will fade out quietly. Some connections will break without conflict, without explanation, without closure. Let them go. Let the divine pruning happen. Let the path clear. This is Michael making room for the right people. People who will uplift you. People who will value you. People who will support your calling. People who are aligned with your destiny. Next, Michael prepares you for a shift in your inner world. Your thoughts will become clearer. Your confidence will rise again. Your creativity will open. Your passion for life will return. Your motivation will awaken from places it has been dormant. This is not random. This is restoration. This is renewal. This is God breathing life back into the areas of your spirit that were once heavy, tired, or numb. Michael says emotional healing is also accelerating. Old wounds will begin closing. Past hurts will lose their power. The memories that once triggered you will fade without force. Pain that lived in your heart for years will begin dissolving in ways you did not expect. Heaven is healing you fast, because your next chapter requires a free heart, not a wounded one. Then Michael announces another transformation. Your environment will change. You will feel pulled toward a new space. A new routine. A new mindset. A new lifestyle. Sometimes even a new location. This pull is divine alignment. Your spirit will be drawn to places that match your next level. You may notice you no longer enjoy the same environments, habits, or conversations that once felt normal. This is not you being distant. This is you ascending. Your spirit is rising, and your life is rising with it. Michael explains something important. The blessings coming toward you require a version of you that is grounded, aware, and spiritually strong. So heaven is preparing that version of you now. Expect clarity in decisions where you once felt confused. Expect courage in moments where you once felt fear. Expect discipline where you once felt scattered. Expect focus where you once felt overwhelmed. Expect peace where you once carried turmoil. This is divine preparation. But then Michael reveals something even deeper. Your gifts are awakening. The ones you ignored. The ones you doubted. The ones you thought were too unusual, too strange, too intimidating, or too difficult to understand. Your intuition will heighten. Your spiritual senses will sharpen. Your inner knowing will become undeniable. Your connection to God will deepen in ways that feel supernatural. This is because your purpose in the next season involves spiritual awareness, spiritual leadership, spiritual influence, and spiritual strength. Michael wants you to stand boldly in your power. To speak truth. To walk in faith. To trust your soul's guidance. To embrace the gifts heaven placed within you. You are becoming someone stronger. Someone wiser. Someone clearer. Someone more grounded. Someone more spiritually aligned than you have ever been. Michael's message is powerful and direct. You are being prepared for blessings you prayed for. You are being positioned for opportunities meant only for you. You are being guided into a chapter where peace and purpose meet. You are being strengthened for a destiny that only you can fulfill. Heaven is not just protecting you. Heaven is preparing you. And what comes next will make sense of everything you endured.